Hey guys, I'm T, and this is from Prison to Reform, back again with some more food stamp drama for you guys. And I apologize, I know I haven't been uploading a lot over here. I do run another YouTube channel, T Spicy Tea, and it's all court-related videos. So I've been working a lot on that channel as well while trying to build this one. But I promise I'll be uploading a lot more on here. I'm sorry if you've been waiting for new videos. I will definitely be putting out more. But before I start the videos, please like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications that way you don't miss any more uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get into the clips.
So since everyone thinks that I have a problem with committing 15 hours a week of my time to community service so I can continue to receive food stamps, yes, I do have a problem with it. I'm going to explain to you why. That is my personal time. First of all, 15 hours a week. Do you know how much time that is taken out of my schedule? Second of all, I don't get to choose where I do my hours at. They're going to put me where they have placement for me. Does that make sense? Why don't I get to choose what I'm doing for those 15 hours? That is my personal time. I should have full discretion on where I'm spending those 15 hours and putting that much time and effort just so I can receive my food stamps, my $4,200 in food stamps a month. Like, the guidelines have obviously changed.
Hey everybody, I've been watching a lot of videos about women complaining about their food stamps being cut. One lady has like 9 kids and she's mad because they cut her from $3,000 to $800. Let me explain how food stamps work. Okay, you get them as a temporary assistance in bad situations. It is not for you to live on. Also, the lady says in the video, all of her kids have different baby daddies. Okay, you go get your baby daddies to pay for them kids. Because our hard-earned money don't need to be paying for you because of the fact that you decided. And I can't even say what you decided. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Like, that's crazy. You got all these women on here complaining about food stamps and how it got lowered, but then you picky about going to get a job. You done lost your mind. I'm over here struggling every single day. I'm on disability. I get a whole $700 a month. You don't see me on here complaining. I'm grateful for what I got. Now, you want to talk about somebody that needs food stamps? Me. And guess what? They deny me. So they need to deny you and all the other ones. One of them's on there actually showing how she lives a luxury life with her Coach bag, and she ain't changing that because the food stamps pays for the food. You got other ones talking about they give their card to other people to use, right? For something they want. Like they had a guy that got some rims and tires. By giving somebody a food stamp card, letting them keep it for 3 months. You know what? We tired of y'all scamming the system. We tired of paying y'all bills. We tired of paying for your babies. Find a baby daddy, make him stay. Real simple. That is the biggest problem in America right now, is fathers leaving their children. Okay? I am going to be a voice on here now. Because of the fact that Charlie Kirk is gone. But we will not forget his message. We will not forget his memory or what he stood for. So I'm just letting you know right now, we will be talking about it. We will continue his message. As a proud Republican and as a proud Christian, I will hold my ground.
And I don't like the way the new generation sell food stamps these days. Bitch, what I look like giving you $180 for $200 worth of food stamps? What the fuck I look like giving you $225 for $250 worth of food stamps? Bitch, is you don't like y'all mind. The fuck? That's exactly why they about to start making y'all work for them bitches. Bitch, you go put your 40 hours in a month for your fucking food stamps. Y'all done piss me the fuck off. It used to be you pay $50 for $100 worth of food stamps. $100 for $200 worth of food stamps. When the fuck y'all start charging $180 for $200 worth of food stamps? Bitch, get the fuck out my face.
So apparently, for ladies now getting food stamps, if you got a job, you are allowed to get food stamps. See, back in the day, it used to be if you didn't have a job, you would qualify for food stamps, or you would get the maximum. Now, if you working, you get food stamps. If you not working, you don't get food stamps. Ain't that some new shit? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, Trump is changing the game. This fool ain't playing with y'all. Y'all got to understand this man signed 200 white pieces of paper saying this is what he believes in. Now, how can y'all not ride with this man? Tell me that. Do you know how many women that been working, busting their ass, spending most of their income trying to provide for their kids? Now they get a break for a change. Oh man, the game has changed, y'all. Look, all y'all ladies out there, if you got a good job, no need to panic. You are still going to get them food stamps per Trump.
So last year I had got kicked out of my Section 8 apartment for making candy grapes out of my apartment, which I didn't know was very illegal to do. I was just trying to make money for my kids, and my husband had lost his job that December because we had got COVID and he was in his probationary period for his job and he had to take off, so they fired him. Actually, they brought him back for a week, fired him a week after Christmas. So from December to April, we didn't have an income. Things were getting like really, really rough. So I know what I had to do. I knew I could make some really good grapes, and we made a Facebook page and it literally blew up. I went from not even having any social media to having 5,000 followers in less than 50 days. I was working 7/12s and I was making a lot of money that I did not turn in. So the manager of my apartments had found out because we went on a beach vacation. I was actually able to pay for, within like 3 weeks, a beach vacation for my family, and we had posted a picture of it on our business page because we were just happy and we were having a great time. And my kids, we don't get to do that stuff kind of often, so we were having a lot of fun. And I knew immediately after I posted that I had a bad feeling. I was like, somebody is evil eyeing this. Like, I could just feel it. And I also knew in my heart when I got home that I was coming home to something in my door, and I did. While I was on vacation, somebody, which I believe was the manager of the apartments, had got on my Facebook from a page that was literally just made, and the picture of it was a rat. And they commented all my business on there. They knew so much about me and my apartment complex and my business and everything. It was someone that was very close to me but didn't really know me yet, but was very, very mad that I was doing business in these apartments, which I did not know that I could not do, you know. I literally just started making candy grapes for just some extra money, just try to get through, and it blew up. So like I said, I knew in my heart something was going to be in my door when I got home. Surely that night of June, I got home from the beach, I had a note in my door. And it was a note from my manager saying that she had been informed by multiple people that I had started a business a couple weeks ago, been making a bunch of money, had a big following on Facebook, went on family vacation. They had wrongly dated. The letter was dated for June 17th. I didn't even go on vacation till June 18th. I got back on the 25th, and the letter was in my door, and they were talking about my vacation and everything in it. So, and I didn't even post the family picture until June 23rd, and they had the letter dated for June 17th, and I didn't even post the family picture of the beach till June 23rd. So anyways, to make a really long story short, the letter said that I needed to meet with the manager. She had went back on all of my posts and calculated that I had made over $10,000 in a 7-week period, and that I didn't turn in any of my income, which is true, I didn't. But I never hid anything. I was very open about this the entire time. I literally had people all day, every day, pulling up to my apartment, and her office was right across from my apartment. She keeps her windows open. She was literally best friends with my neighbor. She knew what was going on. So I went in for the meeting. She gave me two options. I could move out scotch-free, just drop it all. Or I could try to fight it and to stay my lease out, which was due in August anyways. But either way, she was not going to let me renew my lease. She wanted me out of there. Mind you, I had only lived there barely a year and a half. And also when I was in there, she told me that fraud investigators got a hold of her from the food stamp office, and now they were also investigating me due to some complaints as well. So like I said, the manager from the apartments had got a hold of me when we were in our meeting and told me that she was also contacted by some fraud investigators from the food stamp office, and they had opened an investigation on me because they had complaints as well. So during the meeting with the manager, I had just decided to just give up the apartment. I wasn't going to try to fight for 2 months because she already had made up her mind that she wasn't going to renew my lease anyways. So I just took my loss and moved out. Now I look back and I kind of wish I would have fought it, just because like I'm living with my mother-in-law and that's always hard right now, and I miss my apartment, but everything happens for a reason. So the next day, I immediately called the food stamp office and tried to get a hold of whatever investigators were over my case. And I got a hold of them, and they were expecting my call, and they knew who I was, and they told me that I could be facing prison time. They told me what I'd done was very serious, and they did actually have some evidence that I was, in fact, swiping my food card a few times for, I had to start my business to take the pictures. I had bought the supplies with my food card, and they had evidence of that. But come to find out, whenever the investigators came over to the house and talked to me, they were amazing, and they worked with me so much and were so helpful. And since I had never been in trouble and it was my first offense with anything, all I had to do was sign so I ended up just having to sign an IPV, which is just saying that I had violated the food stamp program and that I was no longer allowed to ever be on food stamps, which I was completely fine with, as a matter of fact, very happy with, because I thought I could have been going to prison, and I have 6 babies. So fast forward almost a year later, I'm living with my mother-in-law. Thankfully she has a way big enough house to fit me and my kids in it right now. I am on maternity leave because during it all I get pregnant. But good news is, since then I was able to get a commercial kitchen. Just a few months after getting kicked out of the apartment, I was able to really jumpstart my business. I now have a full business making my candy grapes called 740 Eats, and I branched out into selling other foods. And I am just on maternity leave, and I am looking at a new deal to open a full restaurant next year. We are just waiting on a few things. I got a text this morning. We're waiting on a vent hood and the sink and the prep room and everything. But other than that, everything happens for a reason. I don't think that we were meant to stay on food stamps. I don't think we were meant to be on HUD. I don't think we were meant to just stay in that stagnant situation I think that we were comfortable in, and that we probably would have stayed in if it wasn't for this push of us to get out of. So now our goals are to just continue saving our money. My husband works full-time, actually works 2 jobs right now to make up for my income since I'm on maternity leave. And we're just saving and hopefully getting our credit repaired and getting all of our ducks in a row to buy a home.
Told me that I can't get no motherfucking food stamps. They told me I was able-bodied. Y'all bitches don't know how to survive. You gotta learn how to survive. Get you some rice, get you some 1 and 2 people snack on, You gotta be alright. If you're black, we were destined to learn how to survive. It's in your blood. Talk to you.
Hello everybody. The food stamp lady want me to tell you that they're going up $20 on food stamps because of Thanksgiving, so she can get a pack of cigarettes in that Bud Light Lime. So if you're used to paying $50 for 100, It's gonna be 70 for 100. I just want you to get your money right so you don't be embarrassed, okay? When we buying food and she be like, wait a minute, we can't get that because you owe me $20.
So you guys, I just got word that a caseworker stole $66 million worth stamps. Why the fuck is you working at a government job and stealing money? Ain't you making enough money? 2, why you taking from needy families? Like, if you want to be a needy family, just quit all your shit, go broke, and go live in the house and get food stamps. If that's what you want to do. But it makes sense now. That's why you caseworkers always got attitudes when we come up there trying to do paperwork or trying to find out why our certification paper ain't approved, because you guys stealing it. Y'all, so last month I had went to the grocery store, y'all. When I say they wiped me out, these folks left me with $1.09. I am going to pin the links below. Look at how they got your girl. But I am so grateful that they got her. She need to do life in prison. Simple, because taking from people that need that is wrong. No matter if you feel like we need it or not. If you want to go get that, go get it. But y'all, let me show y'all how these folks left me with $1. And they did mine 400, 300, 600 till all my shit was gone. Check this out. So as you can see, they got me. Everything lined up in red is what they took. Immediately, everything I had. If you look right above it, you see my transaction rejected. And right above, I spent that motherfucking 99 cents they sent me. I got 9 cents left.
So sometime in September, they talking about they gonna be cutting SNAP benefits. It's crazy because I ain't never even getting none to begin with. Talking about I make too much. I'm still broke. Can I get some food stamps?
I'm getting ready to head into Walmart and get what groceries I can get for the week. But before I go in, I just wanted to throw this out there for those of you who have been on this app complaining about not being able to get specific items now due to the changes with the SNAP program. I work 6 days a week. I support my family on a single income. So there are some weeks that I do good to keep a meal on the table for each day of the week. But yet I'm not eligible for benefits. And if I were, I would be grateful to have a meal for my family. So while it might not always be what they like or what you would like to get them or what's easy for you in the moment, be grateful that there's a program that is there and helping you, because not all people are eligible for that program. And the ones who work 6 days a week and are barely keeping a meal on their table are the ones that are paying into that program. So when you get on this app and you start crying because you can't have specific things, it tends to rub us the wrong way. We tend to no longer want to help, and we tend to not care when they threaten to take those programs away from you. So please, stop complaining and stop crying and just be grateful that you have something to feed your kids.
On September 5th, 2 million people approximately were cut off of EBT and food stamps. Baby, why are we celebrating that people are going hungry? Why are we celebrating that there are now 2 million people that will not be able to feed themselves? The big, beautiful bill is very ugly. In my opinion, it's very, very, very ugly. There are 3 things that should never be considered non-essential: food, healthcare, housing. Those 3 things should be accessible across the board, in my opinion. So why is it that all of these people are now going hungry and that's something to celebrate? Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous.
Watching a video on somebody talking about their food stamps and going into the office and finding out that, so they've been on food stamps for 8 months, and they found out that because they haven't had a job while receiving food stamps, that they got cut off and they have to reapply. And she didn't really go into like the stipulations or whatever she's gonna need to do when she reapplies, but they cut her off because she doesn't have a job. And I can't help but wonder, like, what the hell is going on? okay? Because they're going to cut off benefits. And in the meantime, she was saying she had a 1-year-old and 3 small kids. And so how does a mother with a 1-year-old and 3 small kids find a babysitter? Like, that's impossible. And then finding a job is impossible. And supposedly they're making homelessness illegal. So what the hell is really happening? What do they expect people to really do?
Y'all want to be cutting all the people's food stamps off and then have the motherfucking benefits apps shut the fuck down? Bitch, I'm trying to take my motherfucking account. I'm trying to see if y'all left me a message.
You get to see the true America. The stipulation has always been that black people are lazy, that black people are on welfare. Well, guess what? A lot of poor white people in the red states are now crying that they're not getting the EBT money from the EBT cards. Why? Because they are on welfare. They have 7 and 8 kids. Now the truth is coming out since Trump has slashed funding for the EBT and the SNAP programs. You see how many white people now are on welfare. So all this mythical stuff about black people being on welfare. Oh, it's the blacks, it's the blacks, it's the blacks. Now you're seeing the real America. That it's not only black people on welfare, that there are a lot of white people on welfare also. There are a lot of white people, a lot of poor people living in those.
Those are all the clips that I have for you today. You know, the mom that was on Section 8 and her husband just lost his job and she's selling candy grapes and she gets in trouble. That's dangerous. But making that much money and the first thing you want to do is go on a vacation, that is wild to me. So I could see why so many people are upset. Like, wait a second, you have a, bunch of kids, you're on Section 8, you're on food stamps, you make candied grapes and you're selling them, making hella money and not reporting any of it. I could see why she got in trouble. But good for her that she was able to get out of that situation. Sounds like she's doing a lot better. I did look up her page and she does really great on those candy grapes. They look amazing. But good for her for coming out of it. It looks like she learned her lesson doing all that. But yeah, the government is no one to mess around with. You don't want to be caught doing any type of fraud or anything like that. It's not worth it at all. And I know some of these videos are fake, satire, whatever, but again, saying the quiet parts out loud. And then the last video, the guy talking about race. I hate when people put race into it. It doesn't matter what color you are. There's rich people and poor people in all shapes, sizes, mixes, race, colors, whatever. So I just don't like the whole race thing, but yeah, let me know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good night.